Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I realized yesterday that it is summer. Almost a month into summer, actually, which is strange. That snuck up on me. 2020 has been a very strange year so far. Anyway, all that to say, I am very late giving you a summer reading challenge. And because in the past, okay, here's the thing. I know that challenges are supposed to be hard, but even I haven't completed my summer reading challenges in the past. And so my goal with this one, and because I only give you one challenge a year anyway, is to continue posting these challenges in the summer. However, here's what we're going to do instead. Instead of it being a from the beginning of summer to the end of summer challenge, see if you can read all of these books, it's going to be a from this day in 2020 until the next challenge is posted in 2021. See if you can read these 10 books. Sounds good? Cool. If you've seen me do this in past years, woo! Welcome back. There's a playlist with all of them right up there somewhere. You know where to look. I will also be creating graphics and putting them on my Instagram page, so that you can go through and take a screenshot and then repost with the graphic as you post about the books that you read. Because I want to see what you're reading too. That's kind of the fun of doing this whole thing, is coming together around books and enjoying it all together, right? So, without further ado, go to author JJ Hanna on Instagram, right there, and same thing here, out and Twitter, I guess, if you really want to, you can find them. You can find me there as well. I'll also be posting a condensed version of this list on my blog, as I've done in the past years, and also on Goodreads. So, if you follow me anywhere else, great. If not, if you only follow me here, that's fine too. I really would love to see what books you read. So, without further ado, let's get right into the challenge. And here's the thing too, like, you don't have to read these books in order. If you want to just go straight down the list, great. If you want to pick and choose and be like, okay, I'm going to read book 9, and then book 10, and then book 1, and then book 3, like, sure, whatever. Do what you will. Have fun with it. Alrighty. So, first things first. We're going to try to read a book that has stars in the cover or in the title. That sounds fun. Like, find something star-related. Like Fault in Our Stars, that would work. Or The Night Circus, the copy I have, has stars on the cover. So I'm also currently listening to a book called All the Stars and Teeth, and it's very interesting. Really interesting magic system. Pirates, princesses, fantasy adventure. I'm enjoying it so far, so book 2, a book about the circus, or related to the circus, or with circus in the title or cover or whatever. I plan on reading The Night Circus for this book. Book 3, a book about your chosen craft. So if you're an artist, read a book about that. If you're a reader, read a book about how to become a better reader. If you're a writer, read a book about writing. I feel like oftentimes we forget that we can use books as educational experiences as well, and so I wanted to give us the chance to do that this year. Book 4, a book to better yourself. So if you have one of those self-help books that you've wanted to read and wanted an excuse to read, do it. Read it. Have fun with it. I have some nonfiction that I need to read anyway, so I kind of figured may as well put it in there, take the time to actually read it, because in the past most of my book challenges have been mostly fiction-based, and there are other books in the world that are not fiction, as much as I like to forget that that is a thing. So, go read a book to better yourself somehow. 5, read a book where the main character has a disability. I feel like it's very important to use reading to broaden our understanding of the world, and our understanding of the struggles that other people go through. So read a book where the main character has a disability or a medical problem or something. And anyway, those ones are often heart-wrenching, so if you want to have some emotions, yeah. Number 6, read a prequel. I plan on reading this one. I spoiled myself and bought the hardcover when I was shopping the other day. But you can read whatever prequel you want. There are tons of prequels out there. Go find one that sounds interesting. especially if you've read the rest of the series and haven't read that one. Like if you've read Lord of the Rings but not The Hobbit. You know? Easy option right there. Number 7, read a book about a family drama. I have some suspense novels that fall into that genre, or into that category, I suppose. So that's fun. I plan on reading one of those. But you can read whatever you want. So whether it's fantasy or nonfiction or contemporary fiction or romance or whatever, right? Read a book where a major factor is a family drama. Number 8, read a recent fantasy novel. I feel like oftentimes, especially in some of these genres that I mentioned, I get so caught up in reading old books, old fantasy, classic fantasy, if you will, that I have no idea what's going on in recent fantasy, because I think of fantasy and I think of Lord of the Rings. So, read a recent one. Recent means published within the last 5 years. Next up, read a recent sci-fi novel. Same thing here. I get caught up in, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy sort of stuff. And that's great books. Wonderful books. However, it tells me nothing about what's going on in sci-fi right now. So, go read a recent sci-fi novel with me and let me know what you read so that I can have good suggestions for when I'm trying to figure out what to read. This is all just a ploy to get reading suggestions and book suggestions so I can expand my ever-growing TBR list that I will probably never finish or catch up with, and that's fine, even though it gives me anxiety. Because I like finishing lists. Anyway. And lastly, if you're on this channel, you probably like suspense novels. So, go read a recent suspense novel. So again, recent means published in the last 5 years. I am still always looking for good suspense novels that have been published recently, so go find me some and tell me what you read, and use the graphics that I'll post on my Instagram page. Again, author JJ Hanna. There's links down below to everywhere else that you can find me on the internet. But if you just want to search, it's author JJ Hanna. You'll recognize me, you'll see my face. All that to say, I'm really excited. Good luck in reading these books throughout 2020 and 2021, and I will see you again next year with another reading challenge, and probably in a few months with an update on what I've read and what I haven't read and what I need to read. Also, by all means, read ebooks, use audiobooks, read print books, use the library, whatever, right? If you are consuming media of the originally written word, even if you're listening to it, I feel like that counts. You're still experiencing a book. So, however you want to do this, do it. Okay. Until next time, I'll see you then.